Hi everybody, my name is Candy and I go by Sugar Cards by Candy on Facebook and YouTube, or Candy V Sugar Cards. And this is my first time joining the Rediscover Your Stash blog hop. So I hope, or YouTube hop. So I hope you enjoy. I created this fun layout for my kids. Granted, my kids are older now, but I wanted to find something that kind of fit the theme of orange. So I hope you enjoy watching me make this project. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm going to start by using some pixie spray and this border die. This was from Brutus Monroe from their Stencil Palooza. If it's still available, I will link it below, but if not, I'm using my stash. I haven't used this yet. So I use this low tack tape to put it in place at the bottom of my orange paper. This is just, like I said, everything was in my stash. I didn't buy anything for this. I like to use pixie spray when I'm going to use glazes. I'm going to use this Lima Bean Velveteen glaze and this this is the shimmer, the orange shimmer glaze from Brutus Monroe. And I'm going to cover all of the pumpkins and stems with that. I'm sorry, I forgot to start recording when I did the pumpkin stems with the velveteen glaze. But it's doing the same process with the orange, just, you know, using a tiny little spatula just to kind of very carefully cover the areas. I'm not making it smooth or anything because it will kind of smooth out and it'll be fine. For the little stars, I'm going to use the orange glitter glaze. All of those products are still available and I will link those below. All of my links below are affiliate links, which just means that I get a small kickback if you order from them, but it does not make a cost to you. So I appreciate that. So I like to use glazes thinly. Now with this small area, and I didn't mask off, I wasn't super worried about it, but how I have found to get the glaze to dry. Glazes dry differently depending on your climate, how thick it is, all of that. What I tend to do, and what I did with this, is I put this in a sunny window that was closed and the sun was beating down just on my paper, you know, kind of helping it dry, and I would check on it and move it to keep the wet spots, you know, in the sun or as the sun went overhead. And it didn't take hardly any time. I think maybe an hour max to do this. Now, if I had a masked off area, I would, and I keep it as smooth as possible with a thick stencil pal type thing. And then it dries very quickly. So I just wipe it up with a little bit of a baby wipe. And I'm just going to wipe a little bit on the edges where I kind of went over. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I can always fix it with a little bit of bling or something else. But I was trying to wipe off a little bit. And then you'll see me here. I'm trying to do this on camera. I like to tap my container down first to try to get everything off. And then for the Brutus Monroe glazes, you keep that white piece and that helps them from drying out. So I'll do all that, wipe that off, and then I'm going to grab the glitter glaze here and do all the stars. I wasn't like trying to be super perfect with them. I was just kind of adding it on just to give a little bit of sparkle. I kind of dabbed it all on, and it just ends up having this fun little extra blitz. So the glitter glaze will have like a glittery texture to it. The shimmer glaze will be very shiny, glossy looking, and the velveteen glaze dries matte. So all three of them are different textures, and they just kind of add such a fun, long little border to this. I will be honest, this is the first time I've ever used pastes in my scrapbook. So, you know, I'm doing something new here, along with obviously this blog hop. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up just a little bit and come back when I am done. This is sped up a little bit. I wanted to quickly say that I do rinse my tools and my paste or my stencils off immediately. I do have a stencil bin from Brutus Monroe and a stencil cleaner, but this one is too long for it. So I took it right to a sink and let it dry or wash with some soap and water. And I use a little nail brush once in a while to help, especially with the glitter glazes. So I'm going to quick wipe this up and show you the results. Here we're going to pull it up and you will start to see a little bit of the shimmer already from the shimmer glaze. And it's just exciting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Look at how fun that is. I've got a couple spots I'm going to try to clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to go and wash my stencil and be right back. Here I'm going to use some glitter scraps, glitter cardstock scraps, and these are a bunch of jack-o'-lantern faces that were from Brutus Monroe. Some of them are no longer available. I apologize, but like I said, trying to use my stash up. I die cut them all off screen. Look at how cute they all are. And then I'm going to use some scraps of yellow paper and just cut them and glue them behind here. I will speed this up just a little bit while you watch this process and try to add some music so you can, you know, follow along while I do this. I am going to use my glue press from my Sweet Petunia. I just received that this weekend, and this was the first project I used it on, and I am loving it so far. And then I will go on, and the rest of the video of me putting together will be live recording while I was putting my layout together. All right, sit back and enjoy the music and the sped up die cut assembly. Okay, my panel is dry. Wanted to show you what that looked like. I used the shimmer glaze for the pumpkins, the velveteen glaze for the lima bean, and a little bit of glitter glaze on the stars. I think it turned out perfect. So we're going to finish up my project. I've got all of my cards, all of my photos laminated, matted on green just to give a little extra color. And then of course we got our little pumpkins here. And I think I may end up popping this up just a little bit, but I'm kind of just layering up a little bit. Not sure, I'm kind of liking this layout. I had a little oopsie there, so I kind of want to throw that. And not quite sure what I'm going to do for a like a title or sentiment. That's one of my worst problems. But so I've used these variety of jack-o'-lantern dies, and I just put some yellow scrap cardstock behind them. This was out of some leftover glitter paper, and I thought it was really fun because I thought this one kind of reminded me of this pumpkin, and this one kind of reminds me of this pumpkin, and I thought that was hilarious. So I thought maybe I would put those two here, but I like 5s. So I thought maybe we would just kind of put the rest of them in a row and kind of put them all together. I don't know if I want them all together. Maybe we'll put one here, kind of as corner pieces. And I don't know if I like that so much. So we're just going to kind of play around a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and start putting things together. And I'm going to start with the back and go forward. So we're going to grab this Just gonna grab my little ATG gun here. I'm not sure if I'm on camera or not for that, but just gonna put those down and layer them up kind of accordingly. So I wanted to use as much orange as I can. Now this is the one I think I'm gonna pop up. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of foam tape here. I have a leftover piece. So because, you know, use your stash, right? That's part of our plan. And just gonna pop it up a little bit because, you know, I'm a scrapbooker and I haven't scrapbooked in a long time, but I'm not a big bulky scrapbooker. So I'm just gonna use up a couple pieces of leftover tape here. I've got another small piece right here. And looks like I got a piece. I just kind of stick them on my desk in various spots when I have extra so that I can, you know, clop them down. That way I have access to those small pieces when I need them. I think that one will just barely fit. To cut this little corner off. Oops. Cut that little corner off here. So I haven't scrapbooked in a long time, so I'm excited to be a part of this Rediscover Your Stash hop. I hope to do more scrapbooking layouts and participate each in the months ahead. It's kind of my goal. I'd like to start, like I said, using up my stash. And now that I moved recently in the last couple months, I have more space. I feel like I can lay out just putting some foam tape on different things. I can lay out my pages more because I tend to be a 2-page layout kind of girl. But for this one, you know, my kids are in their late 20s. So this was a long time ago. I mean, they were still in elementary school back when this was made, and I'm going to slowly kind of work my way through everything. Okay, so this is another one I think that was in the back. So we need to put that down first. And I always just kind of go around the corners and a little bit down the middle just so that they kind of stick, and not too terribly worried about it. I figured eventually someday these will not be around, or I won't be around, and my kids can do what they want with their scrapbooks. Now, I like to try to, this is one of those that they're going to have to, you know, it's going to be in their Fight Over Me scrapbook because it has both their stuff in it. But I do try to, when I get photos printed now, I do try to get duplicates so I can make a duplicate page. All right. So then, like I said, this one kind of reminded me of this pumpkin, and I think I'm just going to kind of tuck him down below. I don't tend to use a lot of wet glue in my scrapbooks because I like the ATG because I feel like wet glue is better for, I mean, if I'm using a small item, I probably would, but I don't want to use a lot of wet glue just because a lot of times my papers aren't super thick, my background papers, so they don't get too bulky, and I feel like wet stuff can warp a page a little bit, but that's just my personal opinion. So I think we're going to put this one here, and then we're going to go ahead and just attach the rest of our pumpkins. And this was just some orange paper that I had in my stash from eons ago, from different you know, crafting and scrapbooking. What we're going to do is we're going to put this guy right here. He's kind of popped up with this guy, and then this guy's popped up over here, down in this corner. And now we're going to do some decorating. So first I wanted to kind of just, you know, show you a little bit of the sparkle. So I found some paper when I was going through my stash to see what I had for Halloween paper, and I found one thing, and I kind of forgot I was going to put this on here. I had this 3 little pumpkins sitting on a gate, but I have 5 pumpkins, so we'll save that for another one. But I found this, and I thought this was fun because it says carved to perfection. So I thought I'm just going to put some of these down on here, and these will work for kind of more of my sentiment type of things. Let's see, I found a, I don't know what else. I'm just kind of looking at them. They got some pumpkin up there, but this we got At the Pumpkin Patch. I think we're going to put him down here in the corner. I'm looking to see what other ones might say things, if there's any other pumpkin-y things here. Pick of the Patch, I like that. And I like that they're all these black, so they kind of pour, they're kind of, I'm going to put that right there because it's just going to cover up that little bit of an edge. Kind of look like a banner. This black ties into them. So there's some 3. I think that is what I'm going to use. I don't remember what year this was, but I thought it was fun. I will say this is a tip if you have, you don't like to carve pumpkins because of the mess. This underneath my kids is a plastic tablecloth from the dollar store near me, and it's the one with the felt on the bottom. And I always put it on the floor or on the table. When they got older, they'd carve on it, and then I could fold it up and take it outside and shake it in the field behind us or outside. You know, I mean, we'd clean up a bunch of the guts, but then I could just spray it off and hang it to dry and fold it up, and I'd save it for the next time. So thank you for joining me. Like, I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Candy. I go by Sugar Cards on YouTube and Instagram, and I hope you enjoyed my fun Rediscover Your Stash Orange edition, and look forward to seeing me more in the future. Have a great night, and talk to you later. Bye. Here's one more photo of, or look at my layout. I appreciate you watching my video, giving me a thumbs up, subscribing. You know, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to add more to more hops with the Rediscover Your Stash YouTube hop. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye now.